All right, the thing stopped spinning and it says I'm live, so I'm thinking that I'm live. It's hotter than the blazes. 99 degrees in the CTX at 9 p.m. That's your weather report update. And it's hotter than that in this office. This office is hotter. It's already cooled off outside down to 99. Pardon me. Sparkling water. Got up to 107 degrees today. Hello, Ohio. If you guys are out there, come in here and type in the chat. Tell me where you are. Let's say hi and let's talk and chit chat and whatnot. It is 107 degrees today. It's supposed to be hotter over the next 2 days, maybe up to 109. My face is a little swollen from the allergies, but not doing too bad. 9 o'clock and it's 99 degrees. So it was a broiler today. For those of you who are new, my name is Michael Bunker, and I'm going to be your host for the evening. Appreciate you guys being here. Hello. Yeah, Heat Dome. Sylvia, good to see you. You guys type in where you are. Ohio's here. I think Sylvia's in like Tennessee. I'm going to say Tennessee. I always get Tennessee and Kentucky confused. So anyways, yeah, hot as the blazes. For those of you who don't know, I live off grid, which means I don't have air conditioning that I can go to. So my 107 degrees is not the same as your 107 degrees. You're not, I'm experiencing it. You're experiencing vicariously through a thermometer. Unless you live off grid and it was 107 degrees today, then we can talk. Many of you know my pet peeve about that. Hello, Amy in Prosper, Texas, Tennessee. I got it right. Yay. All right. So a lot of the stuff going on. I've got sweat pouring down my back. I'll be drenched by the end of this 1 hour. I couldn't decide whether to even do this. Had I tried to do this at the normal time at 7 o'clock, the equipment would not have worked. I actually had to take my phone and put it in a bag, a Ziploc baggie, put that baggie in a bag of ice, and put that ice in the ice box. The phone was so hot, I couldn't touch it. And I couldn't turn it off. I thought it was just going to explode. 107 degrees, phone got so hot, and so I ended up sticking it in the ice box. And it finally cooled down. It got cool, and I've got it over there charging now. But it's only 99 now. I do have a fan going here. For those of you who are wondering, I have been unable to charge these batteries because my solar charger died. My solar batteries in my solar trailer died. But for some reason, I was able to wiggle stuff and get it to work, and I was able to get a battery charge. So I'm going to have a fan for this, and I'm going to have a fan for sleeping tonight. So I did get some a little bit of root cellar time. Root cellar time is where you go when it gets over 102. And I got some hammock time. I actually laid in the hammock after about 6:30, and I said, I'm not getting out of this hammock until the temperature gets below 100. But it didn't. And so I was walking down here late to come down here to do this, and my grandson called me. So I got to talk to him a little bit, but it was still 99 degrees. All right, so we got that established. It is 99 degrees in the CTX. So let's talk a little bit about stuff. There's some things going on, and whatever you want to talk about, you can type it into the comment section wherever you are. It's possible we might want to talk about that. I have had people asking me since March, since before I was right about everything to do with the disease we're not talking about, the thing we don't talk about. And so before that, since then, I've had people asking me what my opinion of masks are. I've made one public comment, and that is that the governor of Texas does not have the right, according to the law, to require people to wear masks. Legally, he doesn't have the right to do it. I said at the time, you don't know what my opinion of masks is, and you still don't know it, even though I said a plain statement of fact. governor of Texas, does not have the right to require masks. Executive orders are not just a magical way that the Constitution and everything else disappears and the people in power just go, well, we need it. So, bam, executive order. We got whatever we want. For some reason, people believe that if you can make a good argument for it, even a legitimate argument for it, you should be able to do it. There are so many problems with this philosophy. First of all, the fact that the human mind is capable of justifying, rationalizing any behavior. Any behavior. There are people who justify cannibalism. You just go down the list. Human mind can justify anything. So to sit there and say, well, the people in power should be able to do anything they can justify. Anything you can justify, you should be able to do it. No. Hello, Washington. Hello, Ohio. We handcuff our public servants with the Constitution and the law. They must operate by it, not by whatever they can justify. Because if they can sit back in their big comfy chairs in their White Houses and go, I think I'm going to demand everybody wear the purple with the Nikes that the space cult wore. Some people might remember back to the Heaven's Gate space cult, right? So all I ever said was the Texas governor does not have the right to mandate masks. If he wants to mandate masks, what he has to do is get the Constitution changed. Very difficult, but that's what he has to do. And a bunch of people got mad. I've done one other show like this, what I'm going to do today, and I lost a gaggle of subscribers. Because people are too stupid to realize that because you say something that's factual, it does not mean or it does not indicate your personal preference. My personal preference is immaterial. I don't talk about those things. So what we have here is the strangest alternative timeline that could have ever been imagined. It's the stupidest dark timeline ever conceived in the mind of whatever dark spiritual entity is interfering with the time-space continuum or whatever. The big debate that's going on in the country, the thing that people think is the thing, is whether or not somebody is wearing a mask or not. Now, so I'm going to go through all the things that irritate the crap out of me that I want you all to stop, and then I'm going to get into the actual issue. On my wall on Facebook, I made a comment, and the reason I made a comment is because some knucklehead sent me a friend request. I accepted the friend request. The first post I see by this knucklehead is a dishonest question. And you guys know I hate illogical, dishonest questions. If someone asks a question and the question is stilted, is Jesuitical, it uses sophistical tricks, it pisses me off. Because I know the tricks and I know how they work. So here's what the guy wrote. He said, hey, you anti-mask people. So what's the deal with not wanting to wear masks? What's the conspiracy here? LOL. Now you tell me if that's an honest inquiry. First, if you are an adult and you haven't had brain damage and you don't already know both arguments fully and completely for wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, you are an idiot. That's right. We are going to end up with a civil war because the thing is not the thing. Okay, so here's the point. You know, okay, there are people out there that are brain damaged. You fell off your bike, you hit a dumpster, and you're brain damaged. If that happened to you, I understand why you don't know why the anti-mask people are against masks, or why the pro-mask people are pro-mask. If that didn't happen to you, maybe you were in a coma. You've been in a coma for the last 20 years, and you've missed the last 5 minutes of every show, every news article, every post, every social media post. Every one of them is somebody's opinion about whether or not or why or whatever has to do with masks. If you are saying you should or shouldn't wear one, Forbes, but you're acting like you don't know the argument for the other side, you are a liar or you're stupid. That's the thing. So first of all, you start off by being dishonest. And let's just be really, really clear here. The two political sides here, called conservative and liberal, are dishonest. They are fundamentally now there are people that are dishonest on purpose because they know what they're saying is either wrong or they're trying to lead to a certain conclusion. And then there's people who are dishonest because they don't know any better. They are merely spewing whatever their propaganda mill puts out. But anybody with an IQ above maybe 60 knows whether or not, or what the opinion is from the other side about masks. So let's stop these idiots, even if that's you, from these dishonest questions about masks. If you are a pro-mask person, I know what you think. I see your memes, I see your little jokes, I see your posts, I see your science, I see your studies, I see your there is nothing else in my feed. If you are an anti-mask person, I know your opinion. I know what you think about freedom. I know what you think about droplets in the air. I know what you think about sheep. I know what you think about everybody's taking the mark of the beast. I know everything that you think about it, and I know why. So let's all stop pretending that we don't know why the other people think what they think, and that everybody but us is stupid. That's what's stupid. You have two opinions that have been formed by the worst people in the history of the world, Democrats and Republicans. Those are the two opinions. And here's what they say. The Democrats, every meme, every post, every social media thing, every single one is, what's the big deal? What's the big deal about man? Woo. Government should just be able to require anything. They should be able to require you never to wear red with a Texas Tech mask matador on it. Whoever's in charge should be able to justify whatever they want and just say it without any balance of law or requirements of anything of any kind. Or their argument is, hey, it's nothing. It's like wearing a diaper on your face. It stops the droplets. It's showing love for your neighbor. It's showing care. You just do it because you care, because you love, because you're not a selfish pig, because you're not a part of the death cult. You're not just selfish. You're not out there just killing all the old people. And these stupid arguments that completely ignore everything the other side is saying. And then they go, we've got science. We've all got science. You know how science works. Here's how it works. There are 1 million people making money out there doing studies, many of which mean absolutely nothing. And if you don't actually read the study, you're never going to know what it actually said or did anyway. Because all you're going to read is the headline and what somebody with an agenda said that science said. I've learned this more and more and more through the years. But even now, once I've gotten into the fitness craze, and I'm on fitness YouTubes, it is emphasized even more because somebody will come out and say, don't eat fructose. That's the sugar that you get from fruit. Never eat fructose because this study and this study and this study and this study that was in the Journal of Health and this study that was in the Journal of Medicine all said fructose is only processed in the liver. And if you don't, forget all that. They don't show you all the studies. They don't show you all the other stuff that fructose does that could be good for you. And all they do is show you their cherry-picked items, and then they go, bam, don't eat fruit anymore. Don't eat fruit. So now they got the don't eat fruit call. And on the other side, you got people, and they go, well, this study said that fructose does this do for you, and fruit has great fiber, and all these other great benefits. And this study from the Journal of Medicine, and they've got sometimes the same study. They just both drew different materials from it and put a different headline on it. That's what we're dealing with masks. Here's the thing. I'm not an expert, and you're probably not either. But everybody in America is an expert overnight. Everybody is a scientist overnight. And the reason why is because they all have access to a magic box that only tells them the things that they already want to hear. And there's an entire industry that is manufacturing science and everything else to prove anything that you want to believe. And here we are now in 2020, and with all the things going on in the world, the streets on fire, we're arguing about masks. I walked into a store the other day. I'm going to get to my opinion in a minute. Don't rush me. I walked into a store the other day. Everybody's social distancing. Big sign on the front door said, don't come in here without a mask. We require masks in this store. So I go in the store. Everybody's social distancing. Everybody has a mask on. But the guy working the register, the employee, no mask. He checks out 2 or 3 people. He goes to go do something. Another lady comes out. She works there. She's got a mask on. Somehow, magically, both of those things are appropriate in a store that requires masks. Don't think you know what I'm thinking, because you don't. So here's the thing. An old lady at the front of the line, and we're in line, waiting patiently. An old lady at the front of the line starts scolding the woman who's wearing a mask, who works for the store, that there are other people she saw in the store not wearing masks, and she doesn't understand why they aren't being asked to leave the store. Here's what we have. We have people that are sitting in front of a stupid box, having their opinions shoved into their stupid faces, and then they walk through their day, and if every single other person in the world doesn't think what they think, they now are empowered to do whatever. The Karen the whole world to death. The Karenati. Do I have a problem? Let me get to the other side first. I got people who are really good friends of mine on Facebook, stupid as the day is long, typing, I can't believe all the sheeple out there with their stupid mask on. If you see a person with a mask, you know somebody who's a stupid person who doesn't know anything about science. You know somebody's just going to go ahead and take the mark of the beast. Somebody who's already... I refuse to have this tyranny. This tyranny will not stand. The tyranny of the freaking 16th of an inch of t-shirt material. And they're actually on Facebook throwing down anathemas from Mount Zion about how they're not going to be friends with people, and they're going to cut off people, and some store required a mask, and I'm never going in there ever again, never going to do business. Well, good. You have that right. Here's what you have a right to do. You have a right to not wear a mask. You don't have a right to not wear a mask in somebody else's property where they make the rules. You can not go there, and I invite you not to go there. But shut up with your whole acting like you're standing on Mount Zion, like somehow you're Elijah standing against a 16th of an inch t-shirt fabric thing that somebody's trying to get you to wear on your face. We have the two literally stupidest groups of people in the history of the whole world arguing about masks. I told you I'd get to my opinion, but I'm not there yet. You got an entire group of people who absolutely do nothing but watch news all day long. They get spoon-fed their science and they get spoon-fed their opinions, and they actually believe they're more righteous and they're smarter than everybody else on the face of the earth, and that it doesn't matter whether something is right, something is legal, something is constitutional. Logic, we just should do it. Everybody should just do it. Not even trying to understand the argument of the other side. And then you got another group of people, equally stupid, who somehow think that Toys R Us, I don't even know if Toys R Us even exists anymore. Let's come up with something else. Family Dollar, requiring you to put a 1/8 of an inch piece of t-shirt material over your stupid mouth and nose for the 45 seconds you're going to be sitting in air conditioning, going in there to buy toaster strudel for your fat ass. Somehow, that's some kind of end of the world encroachment on your rights. Oh my God, I'm so tired of it. I am so freaking tired of it. So here's my opinion. You ready? Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready to unsubscribe? The last time I did this, I think I got 20 unsubscribed. Here's my opinion. I don't care. I don't care. I do not wear a mask unless the business requires it. But if they require it and I want to shop there, I respect their property and I wear it. At any given time, I could be picked out of a crowd by any number of people encamped in the my lights went out, two stupidest parties in the history of the world. I could be fingered by the Democrats who come up to me and go, "How dare you walk in open space without a mask on?" And then I could be in the store that requires you to wear a mask. And what I do is I wear this thing right here, right? This is what I wear. Pardon my hair. My light went out because the battery was in. All right. Here's what I do. This is me. I don't know, starting World War III in the stupidest timeline in the history of America. You ready? I'm walking around outside in the free air without my mask on, and I come up to the store that I want to go in that belongs to somebody else and that they can do whatever they want with. And on the front, it says, "Don't come in here unless you're wearing a mask." You know what I do? And I go in there and I buy my diet sparkling water, 0-calorie sparkling water, and then I walk out of there and I pull it back off. And I don't care. The fact, see, Heather, I'm gonna yell, but I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at your response. The fact that it's simple is not the point. The fact that it is simple is not why people that aren't wearing them aren't wearing them. You have to listen to other people even if you disagree with them. They're not wearing them because they believe that the requirement of them is unconstitutional, or they believe that somehow it is a predecessor to the mandating vaccines or mandating the mark of the beast. Please, 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 Democrats and Republicans, whoever you are, stop stupidly diminishing the other argument, even if you are right. If you're right, at least state the other person's argument correctly. I agree with you. Don't belittle people. But the thing is, their argument is not that it's simple or that it's not simple. Nobody out there is going, I would wear a mask, but it seems too complicated to me. And yet you have major authors, major Hollywood people out there going, it's just a simple thing. You're not identifying the other side's argument and trying to deal with it. You're belittling people. And it is a simple thing to wear. But I don't wear one unless I'm required to do it by the establishment. Because it's their property and they can require whatever they want. I have, since I was 5 years old, probably, walked up to stores and read on the front door, no shoes, no shirt, no service. Doesn't matter whether I agree with it or not. That's the rules of their establishment. I'm screaming because I want to. You're not the boss of me. At the same time, to sit there and act like the science, my wife right now works at a COVID lab. I'm not going to give away any secrets, but I'm just saying, all of you people who act like the science is on your side don't have a clue what you're talking about. Way to go, Heather. I am so sick at these pontificating posts from people on the left who act like everybody out there just wants other people to die. That's why they're not doing it. They're all just following Trump. You sit there and you completely mischaracterize the other side's argument. You belittle it, and then you think anybody's listening to you? Nobody's listening to you. Nobody's listened to you in a long time. Ever since you created your little bubble, maybe around 2016, or maybe it was before that, where you're only surrounded by idiots who think just like you, and you only watch the news of the people telling you the same thing every freaking day. And then these conservatives, friends of mine, liberals are friends of mine too, sitting there typing and acting like somehow not wearing a mask is some kind, like you're standing up against Goliath. Somehow you're standing up against Goliath. You are the bravest person in the history of the world because you're standing against this tyranny. They don't have the right to require it. They don't have the right to just make law through executive order. And I am perfectly fine with anybody who wants to resist unlawful orders. Where your right to resist unlawful, unconstitutional orders ends is at somebody else's property. Your right to not wear a mask, to me, is inviolate in public. It is absolutely, you have no right to walk into somebody else's house, to walk into somebody else's business where they have required you to wear one and to not wear it because you're a badass and somehow you're taking on the whole world all by yourself. Somehow you're Mel Gibson in The Patriot with a tomahawk running through the redcoats. You stupid idiot. That's what you do. Stop pontificating online about your right to go into somebody else's business. You're supposed to be a conservative? Don't go or go. I don't care. Don't go and get your stupid toaster strudels. If that's your line in the sand, somehow you decided to die on the I'm not going to eat toaster strudel just because I don't want to have to put on a 32nd of an inch t-shirt material around my face to go into somebody else's property. If this could happen, if these people who are engaged in this monumental debate in war that will presages the actual shooting war that's coming, if they would all just freaking disappear, burst into flame, if the earth would just swallow them up, sometimes I think that would be a good thing. You guys have questions or comments or anything you want to talk about? Come on in here to the comment section. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Well, you're going to want to go, Hava. You're going to want to go back and watch this one because I've been screaming for 20 minutes. Well, I'm glad you're transcribing them. I am so fed up with the left and the right in America. I'm so fed up with it. It is so exhausting. Every time somebody opens their mouth, I think I'm going to hurt myself because my eye rolls so bad. Yeah, I do need to watch my heart rate. If I had I looked at my other watch. If I had let me show you what happened to my watch. This is my step counter heart rate watch. I caught it on the solar trailer and tore off the band. So then I spent $12 and I bought a band that's specifically made in China to fit this, and it don't fit. So who knows what my heart rate is? Why people don't listen to me? I will get so many unsubscribes off this episode. If you're out there and you're not an idiot, hit the subscribe button. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Let's turn the tide on this. People not willing to hear the truth. Hit the like button. Go through and hit the subscribe button. I still got my stupid hair thing on. See what I did there? For a split second, I had a mask, and then I didn't have one. I just passed through. I was like Lenin going from Zurich to St. Petersburg. All right, if you got a question, come on in here. So in an establishment that I go to does not require a mask, but the governor does. So I didn't wear one there because I didn't want to, but it does go against the state's rules. No, those aren't state's rules. No, his rules are null and void. Executive orders that require something that the Constitution doesn't permit are null and void. CVS has a huge sign up requiring it, so I do when I pop in there. Yeah, it's their business. If it's somebody else's business, they can put up a sign that says you gotta cross your toes and wear a bikini. I ain't gonna do it, but I ain't gonna shop there. It's that simple. A silent Monday would be a good idea for a lot of people. All right, y'all. Hey, there's a lot of things you can do to help. If you like the show, if you like to see a rant every once in a while, you can always subscribe. You can always like all of that kind of stuff. You can also do super chats down there on YouTube. Down below the type in box, there's a little dollar sign. You can do a super chat. You can do $1, $2, $5, $20, $100, whatever it is. Helps me to keep doing this because I got to pay the bills. My lights went off in the middle of the show. The problem with a lot of people is they say this, and you're right, their house, their rules. But then as soon as the rules go against them, they want the rules, they want the government to step in to change the rules. So anyways, a lot of ways you can do it. Down there in the description on YouTube, if you're a future people, the future people are the people that are going to be watching this in the future. They're not watching it live. And you made it this far, you're one of the future people. You can always subscribe, but you can also go down in the description of this video on YouTube, and there's links to a lot of cool stuff. First of all, I got a brand new novel that came out this week. It's called God in the Storm. You can go ahead and order it on Amazon.com, or you can order it from the website, godinthestorm.com. And that's going to be shipping really, really, really soon. Brand new novel. Go out there and get that. And also you can go down in the description and there's ways that you can donate, subscribe, become a partner. You can do a monthly donation to this program so that I can keep doing it. A lot of different ways. All right, if you got questions or comments, type them in the comment section. I'm here for you. There was an older man in the library where I work who came in and was looking up books and whatever online catalog. It was right in front of the circulation desk. I was working there. He was there for like 45 minutes. Suddenly the supervisor runs out and gets a mask for him. Nobody even noticed he wasn't wearing one. Yeah, that's the thing. Rather than having a bunch the Karenati out there attacking employees, if the employees would just provide a mask for somebody, if that's the rule, that's the rule. You hit the angry react. Somebody else hit it too. There's a couple of angry reacts. It is late. I have to get up. It is 9:30. I have to get up and let me count them. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:33. I got to get up in 6 hours. The movies plans are coming along, but until Hollywood opens up and we get rules, then there is no forward motion on the movie. Things are happening behind the scenes. There are things going on that are good. Dude, you rock. If Facebook randomly recommended your stream at the top of the live stream list. Woo! Yes. Thank you, Facebooks. All right, people, I'm here for you. Ask questions or I'm going to bed. I got to get up in 6 hours. I wake up at 3:30 every morning. It was 107 in the CTX today. It's going to be 109 supposedly in the CTX tomorrow. I don't have air conditioning. I live without it. Heard anything from Hollywood about cranking by? Yeah, I've been talking to them. We're talking. There's things going on. That's all I can say. Hollywood is in motion, but until they open up and we know the rules and they can write that into contracts, and everything's on hold. Again, I'm here for you. I do this for you. That's why it's 100 degrees in my office right now. And I'm here at 9:37 at night for you. We're 37 minutes into this, so I got a little bit more time. I brought me down a grapefruit sparkling water, but I finished it. I get the very. You have to stay hydrated. You have to stay hydrated when it's 107 degrees. I did some root cellar time today. Had a little fan going down the root cellar. Kept me a little cool. I did a little hammock time. But, you know, you got to get up in the morning. You got to do all the chores. Got to get all the animals watered. I got pigs that do not like it when it's 107 degrees. So I got to go down there every once in a while, throw a bucket of water on them. My wife was in here all weekend, and she was canning all weekend. So we got a bunch of pork canned, go in the root cellar. So we're doing all right. All right, y'all. I don't see any questions coming up. If there's no questions, I'm going to bed. I got to get up in 6 hours. Got to do my walking. Got to get into the gym. No, I do not wear a mask in the gym, and they don't require it. But if they did, I would wear it. Did you read what Mel Gibson supposedly said about the satanic cult stuff among the Hollywood elites that has been going on for decades? I have not read it. I'm not surprised. And there's two issues at play here. First of all, Mel Gibson is a nut, probably clinically insane, definitely a pre-Vatican II Romanist who thinks a lot of things like that Protestants like you and I, Don, ought to be whatever they used to do to us. At the same time, I agree, most likely what he's saying about Hollywood is true. I'm not yelling. I'm just talking. I got a smile on my face. I'm not yelling at anybody. Sometimes I just have to emphasize my point. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. I hope you've enjoyed this the video. If you're one of the future people and you're watching this, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you do what they call subscribing. The other thing you can all do, everyone here, lay off the stupid left-right dialectical news media BS and start thinking for yourself. Second, start listening to people on the other side. And if you are going to try to refute them or engage them or talk to them in any way, properly and honestly portray their opinions so that you aren't being belittling and stupid. The third thing you can do is you can, did I already say subscribe? Subscribe to this channel. I try to do shows every night, maybe every 2 nights, maybe every 3 nights, but I do 3 to 5 a week. And I'm here for you to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. If you missed this and you're a future person, go back to the beginning of this and catch it all, because I think I got a little bit animated. We're hoping to get an answer about a place to live in Maine, maybe tomorrow. Well, I hope you do. I hope you do. Amen. I hope you get it. All right, y'all. I got to go to bed. I got to get up in 6 hours. Appreciate you all, as always. Lord willing, I will be back here tomorrow. If not tomorrow, because it's going to be 109. Maybe the next day. Maybe not the next day, because it's going to be 109. If I do it, I'll do it late at night or early in the morning. But either way, I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.